That was the most cheesiest intro ever. But as you can see by the title, I'm finally able to do build videos. Now this guy is called the Dawnguard, and he is a Templar tank. He's not like, I feel like he's not not feel, but I definitely know he is not completed yet. He still needs to do traits, most likely. I think he still needs to do traits. His skills, they're fine. No, but yeah, traits still, yes, still need to be dealt with. But I'll go over all of that later. And the armor. The armor might need a changing, just might. But I'll see about that later. Alright, so first of all, skills. So let's go down here. Front bar. Come on. First skill is Radiant Ward. And you could use Blazing Shield, but I just prefer Radiant Ward just because okay, I don't know. Does it? Oh, that's all of it? Shoot. But because this can hold more, the more damage it takes, the more the shield strengthens. So surround yourself with solar rays, granting a damage shield equal to 30% of your max health for 6 seconds. Now, how much health do I have? I have 57.3k health, and that's with my food. And I'll tell you my food and my character stats once we get done with the skills. So 30% of my max health, so that's gonna be a roughly 25k, 27k shield. So that's that's not a bad shield. PvP, this build is not for PvP. This is a PvE only tank. Because PvP, this tank will not do well at all unless you rearrange its skills and rearrange its traits. Then it might be okay. But nearby enemies take 849 magic damage when the shield is activated, and each enemy hit increases the shield strength by 6%. Next skill, Pierce Armor. Now I much prefer this instead of Ransack because I just think it's better in general. Thrust your weapon with a disciplined precision at an enemy, dealing 2,384 physical damage and taunting them to attack you for 15 seconds. Also afflicts the enemy with major fracture and major breach, reducing their physical and spell resistance by 5,280 for 12 seconds. That is why I like it better. Next skill, Breath of Life. Why can I not scroll down? Is that it? Okay. Yeah. Beacon your inner light, healing yourself or a wounded ally in front of you for 4,660 health. Also heals one other injured target for 1,551. Now, Templar tanks aren't really the best self healers, or at least not I've found yet, you know. But this is a decent self-healing skill. Next one, Bone Surge. Now, I do not like spiked bone shield on a tank. Like, yeah, it does damage, you know, by shooting out bone spikes at an enemy, but you're a tank. You're not supposed to do damage. You're supposed to tank. So I chose Bone Surge. Surround yourself with a whirlwind of bones, gaining a damage shield that absorbs 30% of your max health for 6 seconds. Now, most likely, pretty much all of my tank builds, I will be using Bone Surge. Except for my Sorcerer tank. And I'm making it right now, so it's not done. I haven't even started on it. Well, I have started on it, you know, but it's only like it's not even champion level yet. But anyway, back to this. All ally near you can activate a spinal surge synergy, granting the ally and up to 3 other friendly targets near them a damage shield that absorbs 50% of their max health for 6 seconds, and major vitality increases their healing received by 30%. So that's pretty good. But next skill, absorb magic. And I just like this because instead of the other one, I can't remember what the other one's called, but I know that it reflects the projectile. This one absorbs it and it heals you. Bolster your defenses, absorbing up to 28,627 damage from the next spell projectile cast at you and healing you for 17% of your max health. So this is why I always have a health tank. I don't really have a stamina tank or magic tank. I always pretty much have a max health tank. While you have a shield equipped and this ability slotted, the amount of damage you can block is increased by 8% and the cost of blocking is reduced by 8%. So that's a good extra bit right there. Now, ultimate shield discipline. I pretty much always, same thing with this, I pretty much always have this on my tank. Reinforce your shield, allowing you to automatically block all attacks at no cost for 7 seconds. Now, when you have this ability, all of your one-handed shield, and it says right there at the bottom, all of your one-handed shield abilities cost nothing. They don't cost anything. So they're basically free for that 7 seconds that you have with this ultimate. Spam as many sword and board abilities that you have. Especially this one. This is a good one. If you're being hit by a lot of projectiles, you will most likely receive no damage if you're doing your abilities right. Now, back bar. Resolving Vigor. Renew your forces, resolve healing yourself for 5,172 health over 5 seconds, and nearby allies for 4,008 health over 5 seconds. That's a pretty decent heal. It's a little better than this one. I might actually switch that skill to right there, but I'll do that off camera. So that skill will be right there, and this skill will be right there. Alright, so Inner Rage, I like this a lot better than the other morph, and I just like it better. It's better in general. Ignite the fires of hate and, excuse me, I had a burp there. Hate in an enemy's heart, dealing 1,361 magic damage, and taunting them to attack you for 15 seconds. A ranged ally targeting the taunted enemy has a 35% chance to activate the Radiant synergy, dealing 1,295 magic damage to them over 2 seconds, then an additional 3,116 magic damage to them and other nearby enemies. So that's pretty good for a tank, you know. I did not tell you to do that. But yeah, next ability, Repentance. You always need to get Repentance on a Templar tank, and this is why. Concentrate the souls of the fallen, healing you and your allies for 3,385 health and restoring 2,970 stamina to you for each corpse. For each corpse. So if there's like 7 corpse, that's a lot of health and stamina restored right there. That is just for each corpse in the area. While slotted, you gain minor fortitude, minor endurance, and minor intellect, increasing your health, stamina, and magic recovery. So that's obviously good for a tank. Or any class, not class, but any role, you know, when you're a Templar. Channel Focus is the next ability. Create a rune of celestial protection. Sorry. While active, the rune grants you major resolve and major ward, increasing your physical and spell resistance by 5,280. You also recover 240 magic every 1 second. Standing within the rune increases your physical and spell resistance by 50%. That's really good for a tank. That's really good. Next ability, Extended Ritual. Exalt in the sacred light of the Adra, I'm presuming that's how you say it, Adra, cleansing up to 5 harmful effects from yourself immediately and healing you and nearby allies for 514 health every 2 seconds for 24 seconds. That's pretty good, you know. Every 2 seconds for 24 seconds. So that's, I don't have time to do the math right now, but that's what, 2k health right there it's healing you for. Allies in the area can activate the Purify synergy, cleansing all harmful effects from themselves and healing for 2,645 health. Go away, go away. Notification, go away. Shoot. Now, ultimate barrier. Invoke defensive tactics to protect yourself and nearby allies with wards that each absorb up to 14,293 damage. So that's just an extra, buff when you have it. You would most likely use this more than this right there. Not this right there, this right here. You only activate this when you're about to die. This is like your oh shit button, pretty much. Like, oh no, I am about to die. I need to use this right now. And you'll get back real quick too, because it's only 133 ultimate. Same thing with this, 119 ultimate, not 19, 196 ultimate. These are both cheap ultimates, and you'll get these really quick. All right, character. Of course, 64 points in the health, max health. I have 57, like I already said, 57,254 max health, 14,486 max magicka, 11,511 max stamina, 932 magic recovery, 581 health recovery, 565 stamina recovery. Damages don't really matter. Spell resistance 30,978, physical resistance 32,020, and critical resistance 243. And this is without not being buffed. So where is it? No. I keep pressing the wrong button. Dadgummit, now I'm going to have to... Alright. So it went up... Each went up 30,000... Not 30,000. I wish it went up 30,000. 3,000. In my spell resistance and physical resistance. Each one went up 3,000. Alright. Stage 4 Vampirism. I will always have Stage 4 Vampirism in all of my... builds, except for my one werewolf build. Your health regenerates 75% slower. That doesn't really affect you as a tank, because of course you have your heals and healing received. You take 25% more damage from fire. That's easy. Just don't be in the fire. Move out of it. Your vampirism abilities cost 21% less and advance your stage. That we're not going to be using those. Feeding, reduce your we're not going to be using that. But what I just said sounds awful, right? It's not. And I'll read over the passive later. Boon, Arts and Arch, food, major war, major resolve. Alright. Let's go back to passives. Piercing Spear. Increases your critical damage by 10%. Increases your damage done to blocking targets by 10%. Spear Wall. Gain major protection for 3 seconds, reducing damage taken by 8%. Burning Light. When you deal damage with an Adric Spear ability, you have a 25% chance to deal an additional 1,672 physical damage or 1,582 magic damage, whichever is higher. This effect can occur once every 0.5 seconds. Balanced Warrior. Increase your weapon damage by 6% and spell resistance by 2,640. Alright. These, we're not going to be really using them, but I'll read off anyway. Casting at Dawn. Yeah, you're not going to need that. Nope. You'll need this, though. Restoring Spirit reduces the magic, stamina, and ultimate cost of your abilities. See, the only one you're going to be using is that one. I don't even know why I have these. I'll fix that later. Mending. Increase the healing effects from your restoring light abilities by up to 12% and appropriation to the severity of the target's wounds. Sacred Ground. While standing in your own cleanse ritual, rune focus, or rite of passage area effects for up to 4 seconds after leaving them, you gain minor mending. Increases your healing done by 8%. Enemies standing in your cleansing ritual, rune focus, or rite of passage area of effect have their movement speed reduced by 30%. That's pretty good. Light Weaver provides bonuses for restoring light abilities. Increase the duration of restoring aura by 20%. Healing rituals grants two ultimates to allies healed under 60% health. Channeling rite of passage grants you 16,500 in physical and spell resistance. That's pretty good right there. And this, where is that? Rite of passage right there. So, yeah. But since we're a tank, we don't really worry about that. Wait, is that, it says resistance. Okay, we might want that. Just might want that. Nah, but this is not worth it. It's not worth it. Increase, Master Ritualist. Increases resurrection speed by 20%. Resurrected allies return with 100% more health. Gives you a 50% chance to fill an empty soul gem after each successful resurrection. But yeah, that's not really worth it. The last part of that is the ultimate just takes forever. And that's only just for the ultimate, you know? So. Alright. Sword and Board skill line. Fortress. Reduces the stamina cost of your one-hand and shield abilities by 10% and reduces the cost of blocking by 36%. Sword and Board increases the weapon damage by 5% and the amount of damage you can block by 20%. Deadly Bash. Improves your standard bash attacks. Bashing deals 100% additional damage and costs 40% less stamina. That's pretty good. Deflects bolts. Increases the amount of damage you can block from projectiles and ranged attacks by 15%. Battlefield mobility increases the movement speed while blocking by 60%. Heavy armor resolve increases your physical and spell resistance by 362 for each piece of heavy armor equipped. So I have 5. So, you know, you guys can do, oh, there's the current bonus right there. 2,536 bonus. Constitution. Increase your health recovery by 4% of each. So, you know, 28% right there. You restore 100 magic and stamina when you take damage for each. 757. Increase your max health by 2%. Yep, 14%. Increase the max magicka and your heavy attacks restored by 25%. Rapid mending, increase your healing received by 8%. And you know, you can upgrade that in your champion points. Vampire, or here it is. Supernatural recovery. Increases your magic and stamina recovery by 10%. You know, of course, blood ritual, you're able to affect people. Undeath reduces your damage taken by 33% based on your missing health while you are below 50% health. That's really good. Unnatural resistance reduces the severity of the health recovery determinant in vampirism stages 2 through 4. So what I just read, when the severity of health, you know, is boosted, that doesn't count for us because we're stage 4. Darkstalker, yeah, that's all cool and all. You don't really need that, but you know, while you're crouched, you don't have to really crouch. You know, you'll be technically running. Fighter Guild, Mages Guild, Undaunted. Here we go. I haven't even. Yeah, this character isn't high enough, but put him into that. Fill this up right here. Is activating all synergies restore 2% of your. Of course, that's gonna go up, but my current bonus is 1,305 health, 230 stamina, 289 magicka, and of course that's gonna go up once I fill these up. Increase your max stamina and magicka by 1% per type of armor, heavy, medium, light that you have equipped. Right now it's only 1%, but of course that will go up. Assault, you don't need anything in here. Same thing with support. Imperial skills. Diplomat, increases your experience gain with one hand and shield skill line by 50%. Increases your gold gain by 1%. Tough, increases your max health by 12%. Conditioning, increases your max stamina by 10%. Red diamond, your melee attacks have a 10% chance to restore 6% of your max health. And you need to get your alchemy up and fill out medicinal use. That's gonna go up to 30% longer. When you use potions, resulting effects last 30% longer. Alright, so that's the passives. Go to gear, and like I said before, the thing is gonna the traits need work, so they're not done yet. Plague Doctor Sword. You want a life drain enchantment, but the stats or the set stats, 2 items adds 1,136 max health. 3 items adds another 1,136 max health. 4 items adds 4% healing taken. 5 items adds 3,780 and 68 maximum health. Sorry about that. And for the trait, I would use. I'll get to that later. I'll put that in the description. Shield of Juggernaut. When you get a max health enchantment right there. 2 items of Juggernaut adds 1,164 max health. 3 items adds 2,871 physical resistance. 4 items adds 1,164 max health. 5 items, when you take damage while under 30% health, heal for 19,870 health. This effect can occur once every minute. So that's pretty good. Especially if you can last long in a fight, right? And if your health somehow gets that low, and you just heal yourself for a minute, that'll boost you back up again. Of course, another Plague Doctor Sword. Let me go ahead and charge that. Plague Doctor Shield. And I would have this. What do you call it? Reinforced. That's it. Reinforced. I think that would be alright, enchantment right there. For now, go ahead and put sharpened on your swords and reinforced on your shields. Mighty Chuden, heavy, and max health, enchantment, infused. Make that. You know what? Leave that infused. No. Make that reinforced. One item adds 2,871 spell resistance. Also adds 2,871 physical resistance. 2 items adds 1,164 max health. Also gain major ward and major resolve at all times. Increases your physical and spell resistance by 5,280. That is ridiculous. That is a whole lot of spell and physical resistance right there. And it's all times. The major ward and major resolve. All time. This right here, make it. What the heck is it called? See if I got it. Sturdy. That's it right there. Make that sturdy. That's Curse of the Juggernaut. Mighty Chuden and Pauldron. Make this reinforced. That's good. Reinforced. Make that sturdy, and I'll make that reinforced. And of course, make this all healthy and health recovery. Alright. Let's see. Champion points. Alright. Start off with a warrior. Steed. 72 and ironclad. Reduces your damage taken against direct damage attacks by 23%. And you end up getting invigorating bash. When you use bash, you have a 20% chance to heal for 3,262 health. Phase, when you roll dodge, your physical and spell resistance is increased by 660 for 3 seconds. Alright. 56 in hardy, 56 in elemental defender, 51 in thick skin. Hardy reduces your damage taken from physical poison and disease damage by 12%. Yeah, it's pretty much just 12%. Elemental defender reduces your damage taken from flame, frost, shock, and magic damage by 12%. Reduces your thick skin reduces your damage taken from damage over time effects by 19%, and you end up unlocking all of these. But bulwark, while you have a shield or frost staff equipped, your spell and physical resistance is increased by 1,500. Spell absorption, when you take flame, frost, shock, magic, or oblivion damage equal to 30% of your max health, you restore 3,464 magicka. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. Critical leech. When you deal direct critical damage, you heal for 376 health. I said health. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. Unchained. When you use break free, the cost of your next stamina ability used within 5 seconds is reduced by 80%. Sorry about this. My throat having a little problems. 80%. Now that is huge. That is really good, especially when you use the shield ability, the ultimate. Now that your sword and board shields is 100% free, now that you have Unchained, all you gotta do is break free from, well, you gotta first get trapped. All you gotta do is just break free, And then you got the 80% reduction for 5 seconds. 27 and a quick recovery, which is increases your healing received by 7%. You get field physician. While you are resurrecting another player, your damage taken is reduced by 15%. Infusion. When you resurrect another player, you increase their magicka recovery by 289 for 8 seconds. Alright. 51 Warlord. Reduces the cost of break free by 19%. And that unlocks inspiration boost. Increases your crafting inspiration gain by 20%. That doesn't really help us. Well, it does if you want to get that alchemy stuff that I talked about. 64 tenacity. Increases the max, not max, but magicka and stamina. Your fully charged heavy attacks restore by 13%. 75 in the Arcanist. Increases your max magicka, not max magicka, damn it. Increases your magicka recovery by 14%, and that unlocks Plentiful Harvest. You have a 10% chance to gain double the yield from normal resource nodes. Synergizer. When you activate a synergy ability, you generate 2 ultimate. Master Gatherer reduces your gathering time by 50%. Wind running increases your movement speed by and mounted speed by 2%. Increases your health and max magic recovery by 10% while sprinting. 14 into tumbling, which reduces the cost of roll dodge by 6.50%. Shadow Ward reduces the cost of block by 20%, or 66. Yeah, I already said that. Which unlocks Fortune Seeker, increases the amount of gold you find in treasure chests and safe boxes by 50%. That's pretty good. Merchant Favored reduces the cost of repairing your armor by 10%. Treasure Hunter increases the quality of items you find in treasure chest. Shadow Strike. When you kill an enemy with a heavy attack, you become invisible for 2.5 seconds. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. Alright. 75 in the Bless increases your healing done by 14%. 56 in Elfborn increases your critical damage and critical healing with magicka abilities by 20%. Which unlocks Vengeance. When you block 3 spells within 10 seconds of each other, your next magicka ability used within 5 seconds will always be a critical strike. That doesn't really help us much, but it's okay. It's handy to have. Spell Precision increases your spell critical by 9%. Foresight. When you drink a potion, the cost of your next magic ability used within 7 seconds is reduced by 80%. That's shoot with where is it? Right here. When you break free, 80% right there. 80% right there. That's 100% free for your magicka abilities. Arcane Well. When you kill an enemy, you have a 20% chance to restore 1,448 magicka for up to 3 friendly targets within 2.5 meters of the enemy. Alright, nothing of that. 72 in Thaumaturge. Increases your damage done with damage over time effects by 23%. 3 into Piercing increases your physical penetration by 312. I just put that there because I had nothing, nowhere else to put that. 64 into Mighty increases your physical, poison, and disease damage done by 13%, which unlocks Opportunist. When you interrupt an enemy, your next physical damage ability used within 7 seconds heals 15% additional damage. Perfect Strike increases your weapon critical by 9%. Exploiter increases your damage done against off-balance enemies by 10%. Now, let's, I'm gonna go ahead and do, first I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick, random, and I'll show you how this guy does. Come on, come on. Okay, it usually queues up like right away. Sorry that my throat's been having trouble, you know. I'm not used to talking like a lot. Shoot. I guess I can freaking just show you. I don't mean lagging now. Alright. So, yeah, this isn't much of a challenge, but we're doing pretty... Of course, we're not getting damaged. And then we can just... Repentance. That was just one body, and as you can see, I had 0 magicka, pretty much, and it shot up all the way up. Go ahead and help this guy right here. But yeah, that's it for this guy right here. Now he's still in the working, so don't be all doubtful on him yet. I'll be back with another video here in 2 weeks maybe for him to redo all of his traits and all that. Alright, but see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.